And you are looking live at the Albert S. Atwood Gymnasium, Lyons, New York, where tonight FL1 Sports is proud to present Wayne County High School basketball as the undefeated North Rose-Wolcott Cougars are here to take on the Lyons Lions. Good evening, everybody. Jim Sinicropi alongside Kevin Korzeniewski tonight. And Korzy, Lions looking for the upset tonight. North Rose-Wolcott, the number 3 team in our power rankings. Lions just 1-5 on the season. North Rose undefeated. Tell us a little bit why the Cougars are off to such a great start.
Well, I think the first thing that the Cougars, they're experienced. Second thing is they play as a team, and they come at you from all angles. And watching them play it has been fun over the last couple of years. Our production staff and stat team put together some numbers here. Tyler Norris leads them really in scoring, but you look at his numbers, 34 points is a season high. Then Luke Gerstner, 16 points. Connor Pendleton, 19 points. Garrett Hoyt, 16 points. Elijah Durham, 14 points. Yep. All of their season highs compiled there against all different teams. So you can come in saying we're going to stop Norris, then somebody else is going to step up. And watching them tonight against Lions, you can see they're disciplined, they're unselfish, very well coached. And what you probably don't know, and I really don't, but these guys probably get together off the court just as well as on the court.
Sure.
I'm sure they get along great, and that transfers right onto the court where they're always looking for each other, picking each other up, and it's a great team to watch.
Yeah, great chemistry. They made a great run last season to the Blue Cross Arena where they lost to Wellsville in the B2 finals after taking care of Marcus Whitman in a great game in Waterloo in the semifinals. And on the other hand, tonight you got Lions. They're 1-5. After going to Glens Falls last year in the state Final Four. Of course, they lost Damon Hunter to graduation, the big teddy bear, Chris P.A. to graduation, and Darren Carswell transfers to Mid Lakes. And so the cupboard's a little bit bare, but they bring in freshman point guard Justice Smith, who scored double figures every game this season. He's going to have to do well tonight, as is Amel. And the thing about Lions, they're 1-5, but if you combine all the points that they lost by in those 5 games, 20 points. So they haven't been blown out. They've been in every game, one overtime game. And what does Lions need to do to pull this upset tonight?
Well, first and foremost, they need to do what North Rose does. North Rose comes at you at all angles. Lions can't afford to have Justice Smith play good and not ML, or ML to play well and not Justice Smith. They need all 4 or 5 guys that are going to be on the court to play well at all times because they're certainly undermanned against North Rose tonight. Nobody's going to argue that. But they're a good basketball group. They haven't put it together yet and showed it. But if they can start clicking on all cylinders or just do it for one night, this could turn their whole first half of the season around. I'm sure the natives are restless. Coach Young's not losing the Lions. The kids aren't losing here in Lions. So, they're hungry. They're going to come out and give it everything they got tonight.
And, of course, the Atwood Gymnasium, a difficult place to play. A little cooler in here than usual. Sometimes it gets upwards of 90 degrees. Looks like they have the fans on. I always put a little extra deodorant on before we work a game here.
Well, I work in a school district, and I can tell you when they can shut the boilers off, they shut them off. So I'm sure they're off here with a great holiday weather we've been having the last couple weeks. 50 degrees outside and about 65 in here. Feels good.
Well, we're about 2 minutes left to tip here. If we can pull up the Wayne Finger Lakes Power Rankings that were released Sunday on the Upstate Hoops podcast. There they are. You see, now those are actually the Wayne County standings. Leave it right there, though. We have ER, a bit of a surprise at 5-0. The only reason North Rose-Wolcott a half game behind, or a game behind, they could even them up at 5-0 with a win here tonight. Clyde Savannah, a little resurgent after a 1-2 start. They're now 3-1 in the league, 3-2 overall. They beat Lions here on Tuesday in a tight game in which Lions blew a 15-point lead. So, Korzy, I just can't believe that Lions is as bad as a 1-5 team when they have a 15-point lead in the third quarter against Clyde Savannah. So
there's something there.
Right.
There's something there, but trying to find that chemistry and leadership, the total team effort is still what, Lions are trying to do.
Yeah, and I think that's a good point. So far, their leader on the court seems to be a freshman, Justice Smith. their most consistent producer and a really good heady player with the ball. Going to enjoy watching him tonight. But they need Adam Van Buskirk, the senior, to step up. He's a guy who made a lot of big shots in that state Final Four run. He made big shots in the championship game at the Blue Cross against RCMCS. And Jordan Almel, he's the biggest guy in Wayne County. And so he needs to control the paint. He needs to shut down Garrett Hoyt and score some points, in the paint for Lions. And those senior leaders, I think, are the ones that can really turn the season around for Lions.
Absolutely, and then that's what they've lacked since day one. Even in the first game of the season when we saw him, we were waiting for Van Buskirk to knock down some threes, and he just didn't seem himself. And, I know he's been alongside Damon Tippy Hunter for a while, but, it's time for him to develop his own personality and to try and put this team on his back with Amel and take this thing forward rather than the reeling of backwardsness that they've had.
Yep, so it should be interesting as always when we're here in the Atwood. Brian Hoyt's North Rose-Wolcott Cougars, we've talked about them potentially running the table in Wayne County. They'll be playing ER coming up here soon. They've beaten Clyde once. They beat Lyons twice last year, although Red Creek was the eventual Wayne County champ. Lyons hasn't beaten North Rose-Wolcott. This will be in two attempts, so they'll try to break that streak tonight. And as we're getting ready here for the national anthem, it looks like we're going to have a Lions 10th grader, Kelsey Arliss. We can just double check that.
These are my favorite when the kids come out,
it's
and
fun,
the parents and the
it's better than the recorded
teachers.
versions.
Absolutely. If you can get somebody to do it live, bring them out, let them showcase their talent, and get them at some good exposure.
Yep, so we're going to keep it right here for the national anthem, and we're just moments away from the starting lineups. It's the other thing, Corzy, when they play the national anthem recorded versions, it always seems like they choose the 5-minute version. If you're
there are shorter versions
right
out there. I don't know if athletic directors and event coordinators for schools know that, but there are shorter versions for sure.
So athletic director Steve Veter, as you can see on your screen there, with some preliminary announcements. And as we now get ready for the national anthem performed by Lions 10th grader Kelsey Arliss. So great job by 10th grader Kelsey Arliss.
There's something to be proud of if you're Lions fan. You got a sophomore out there doing a great job of the national anthem.
Really, of all the stressful situations that we'll see some of these players in tonight, having to sing in front of a full gymnasium is probably the most pressure-packed situation we'll see tonight. So good job, Kelsey. We really enjoyed it. And as you see, the North Rose-Wolcott starters announced. You have Tyler Norris, the left-handed all-everything point guard for the Cougars, starting alongside Luke Gersner, Connor Pendleton, Garrett Hoyt, coach's son, and Elijah Durham. All 5 starters except for Norris are seniors. Norris is a junior. And for the Lions, we have Jordan Amel starting at center court, and there goes Justice Smith, the freshman sensation for the Lions. He's starting alongside Devin Franklin getting the start tonight, and Nick Kehoe, junior, 6'1" forward, and Ben Rockefeller, the 5'10" junior guard. So Adam Van Buskirk going to be coming off the bench tonight, see if that can spark some offense, maybe in the same way that old Jim Boeheim used to bring Deion Waiters off the bench. So,
we used to, as a coach, I always just tell the kids, it doesn't matter who starts the game, but the kids it does, and they get caught up in that too much. It matters who finishes the game, who's in there that last 2 minutes without foul trouble, and that's where you want to see yourself in the final 2 minutes of the game in a close contest. That's who the coach thinks the top 5 players are.
And your officials for tonight's ball game: James Hawkins and Ron Cooper. Mel ready to jump center against, it looks like, Norris. Not often you have your point guard jump in center, but boy,
it's not often your point guard 6'3", though.
That's right.
In Wayne County.
And we are underway. Connor Pendleton controls.
There's nothing better than the Atwood.
I love it.
Sitting right up on the court. It's a great seat. Nice cozy confines.
It's my favorite place. It's kind of the Cameron Indoor of the Wayne Finger Lakes.
Yeah, I like that.
And entry pass to Garrett Hoyt, and he traveled.
He fumbled it a little bit.
So Lions will take over. 7:39 remaining first quarter.
And that's what Lions needs, a couple early stops and see if they can convert down here on offense. Get them a little confidence to play with the best team in the league this year.
And Rockefeller finds Amel, who takes a 3 from the top of the key. Buttons!
There it is, right there, just as we asked. Amel says, we're coming to play tonight, North Rose.
So 3-0, Lions draws first blood. And it looks like Lions is in a little man-to-man.
Just didn't finish on that shot, but it was a great little give and go pass by Hoyt. They went down inside to start off the offense, and it was just a great little give and go.
Another entry to Amel. Looks like it was fouled, but no, high off the glass and good. Jordan Amel, 5 straight points to start the game.
And Jordan Amel is the type of kid that needs a little confidence to get going. I think sometimes if he doesn't shoot well, he doesn't bring it back later. It's either he's on or he's off, So
16 points against Clyde on Tuesday night was a confidence builder as well. As you see Connor Pendleton handle the ball top of the key, gets it into Hoyt, gives it back to Pendleton. Up and over Amel for the bucket. And Connor Pendleton, we talk a lot about Tyler Norris. We talk a lot about Garrett Hoyt. But Connor Pendleton, one of the best athletes on this team, and really played the best in last year's sectional championship game. There's a steal by Hoyt, but he boots it, gets it back, dishes it to Pendleton, and the bucket.
Yeah, strong finish, really strong finish. That's a tough shot, no board to use over the front. He did get hit hard. And the thing about the athleticism of North Rose, Jim, I think they're deceiving. The 5 kids that are out there now are all pretty good athletes, and they're you come in, you see them, and you might say, hey, that's not the best athletic team, but they really are all good athletes. Like they're strong kids, jump, run well. Just a great group that North Rose has had the last couple of years.
Foul goes to Ben Rockefeller, so it's Connor Pendleton 5, Amel 5. Make it, no, off the back iron, no good. And it's fun to see Amel shoot those threes, but you're not going to win the ball game with him hanging out by the three-point line all night. Another rebound for Jordan. 5-5 ball game, 5:43 here left in the first quarter. Lions, New York. Justice Smith with the ball, guarded by Tyler Norris, the toughest assignment he's had all season. And they go inside to Amel again, and we got a jump ball.
Yep.
Garrett Hoyt tied him up. Possession error will stay here. So it's Franklin, Smith, Amel, Kehoe, and Rockefeller. Rockefeller's open in the corner if they get it to him. There it is, and up for the 3, off the front iron, no good.
Rushed it a little bit. Pass came in a little low. That pass needs to be about chin high for that shooter.
Norris came down with a rebound. Now Pendleton will try a three. Nothing but the bottom of the net. So Connor Pendleton with 8 early points.
Pendleton with a hot start. He's got the three-point finger comb going. It's the first time I've seen that. Something I could never do.
There's Amel with it, guarded by Hoyt. Top of the key, finds Rockefeller.
You know, another thing about the Atwood gym, you're always going to come in, you're always going to see the flex offense too. So that's always nice to see. Lyons traditionally runs that flex offense.
And Amel shuffled his feet. So it'll go back to the Cougars.
Yeah, Coach Hoyt a little upset over there. He's non-contact. Coach, refs tell him sit down, smiling. He's into it. It's a big game. It's a tough road game. Even though Lions is 1-5, Coach Hoyt didn't wake up this morning and say, "Hey, we're going to Atwood tonight. Big easy win."
That's right.
He's nervous about this game. He knows what Lions is capable of doing.
And Norris with the left-handed hook shot rattles it home for his first points of the game. And it's 10-5 with about 4:30 left here in the first. Rockefeller tries an entry pass to Kehoe. He's double teamed, gets it back out to Rockefeller, swings it to Amel at the top of the key. Another entry pass to Kehoe. Right-handed layup, no good. Gets his own rebound. Left-handed hook shot, rails it in.
Good hustle by Kehoe there.
The brother of last year's player that was on last year's team, Jake Kehoe.
Hey, Lions in a 2-3 zone here. And North Rose has the shooters to get out of this. Great pass.
And a great finish by Garrett Hoyt.
Yeah, Pendleton with a great find. Good finish. That's the stuff we talked about on the top of the show. You don't just come out and pass to each other like that. You have to know each other. You have to know where they can score. You have to feel comfortable giving each other the ball in tight spots like that. And that's a fun thing about watching North Rose play.
Yeah, and they played together for years, not just, organized, but, pickup.
Oh, sure. Pickup, summer leagues. These guys have been together for a long time. And
here's a look at that pass from Elijah Durham down to Garrett Hoyt.
Great looking play. But, we commented on how hot Lions have started. North Rose got 12 here halfway through the first quarter. They're off to a pretty hot start as well.
Coach Young told me they were going to see a lot of zone tonight. They're going to have a lot of zone for the Cougars. 2-3, 1-3-1 as Hoyt misses a baseline jumper and Justice Smith works on Tyler Norris. Got to wonder how long it's going to be before we see Adam Van Buskirk. Oh, there he is. Yep. It wasn't very long at all.
It wasn't long. No, he checked in about 4 to go. And a good, aggressive take. It's the first time he touches it. He takes the ball to the basket. He's got to do that. This team needs him to be more productive on the offensive end.
Now Van Buskirk will reset to Justice Smith. 30 seconds on the shot clock, 2:50 on the game clock. Glad you could be with us here in Lyons tonight. And Coach Young wants a timeout as he gets on his guys for not apparently running the offense with the intensity and focus that he hoped.
Yeah, I'm really excited to watch Justice Smith over the next 4 years. Just the way he handles the ball and his composure. He just seems so heady and under control. It's fun to watch, and he might grow a couple more inches. This kid,
sure.
He's only 14 years old.
He does have a unique style. He's not flashy. He stays upright. He really under control. Can score inside and out. And he doesn't look like a freshman.
No, he's going to have a heck of a career here at Lyons, and I'm looking forward to watching him grow over the next few years. 22
points in his varsity debut loss to Mid Lakes at the New York Chiropractic College. 14 points in the loss to ER on December 3rd. 16 against Clyde the other night. 13 against Marion, and 21 in a loss to Red Creek in a game that was on FL1 Sports as Van Buskirk loses it on the baseline. Much to the chagrin of Coach Young, and that's the type of mistakes that the unforced errors that Lions really can't afford tonight.
Nope.
So we still have the starting 5 in there we have Luke Gerstner. Yeah, no, that's a starting 5.
Started,
that's a starting 5.
And that's the thing with North Rose, too, and I know we've talked about it. He's only got 4 guys on the bench, 7, 8 kids, really getting involved in the game, but when you play North Rose, you're going to see these 5 guys out there a lot.
Yep, we'll see Stephen Geffert in a little bit coming off the bench. He's a senior, and Dustin Reed also a senior. Should see some time tonight. Inside to Hoyt, high off the glass and off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Kehoe. And here comes Justice Smith. Thought about taking it at Norris. Instead gives it off to Rockefeller. Back to Smith. Drives the lane. Nice feed. That may have been a goal time.
No, I don't think so. I think it just came up a little short. But the easy layup missed on one end leads out to an even easier layup that North Rose will finish all the time. You got to take advantage of those points.
So a 7-point lead for the Cougars here. As Van Buskirk picked up his dribble, but he finds Ben Rockefeller, who tries one right-handed runner in the bump.
Tough finish.
And the kiss.
A much-needed bucket by Lyons. They're so patient, North Rose, setting a lot of good screens. Always catching the ball, ready to attack.
Right through the middle of that zone is Luke Gerstner for his second bucket of the game.
Somebody has to guard Gerstner there.
And the lead's back to 7. So Smith again guarded by Norris. Still scoreless. And Van Buskirk now drives left side, and he finds 3 Cougars, tries to shoot over them. And it's a big rebound there by Elijah Durham.
And that's what we talk about with poor Van Buskirk.
Well, the North Rose fans don't like that foul
call. That call was. Like
they over the back on Durham.
And that's Van Buskirk's trying to find himself, working hard out there, but just force that one a little bit.
Federal loans, not enough to cover the cost of your college education. The private student loan available through Generations Bank can be the answer to your funding needs. Learn more online at mygenbank.com or call 315-568-5855. Fine sponsor of our coverage of Wayne Finger Lakes High School basketball. And you see there the Jessica Lahr, FLX Weekly with Jessica Lahr. New episode went live yesterday. She was wearing a Christmassy outfit, Korzy. She does a great job getting you set for the weekend here in the Finger Lakes. And, of course, all our programming can be viewed on fingerlakes1.tv. Van Buskirk tries one for 3. Splash!
There it is. You almost saw a sigh of relief after that one went in. Big shot by Van Buskirk, but Lions got to get back in transition. Too easy of a basket by North Rose.
Who was it? Was that Hoyt? Who was that finished that bucket on the other end?
I'm not sure. I didn't get the number. It went so fast myself, but they all look alike out there, those North Rose guys. Ooh, that's a big bucket for Jordan Harris inside.
Jordan Harris, a big body on the interior. Pump fake by Gerstner.
See if North Rose holds it for 1. 10 seconds on the shot clock. On the game clock, sorry. Down to 5.
And Norris gets bothered by Harris, and that'll do it for the first quarter of play. So the Lions pull it back to within 4. And after 8 minutes of play, North Rose-Wolcott 18, Lions 14. You're watching Wayne County basketball on Finger Lakes 1.
Guidance and partnership through every step of the journey. Welcome to Generations Bank.
Good luck to all of our student athletes this high school sports season.
Big enough to have degree programs that will take me where I want to go. And small enough that I don't have to travel alone.
Big enough that I can take classes from anywhere. And small enough to get the support I need to succeed.
Big enough that there's always something going on. And small enough that I'm never just a face in the crowd. Finger Lakes Community College.
And welcome back inside the Atwood Gymnasium, where we have Luke Gerstner inbounding right in front of us to start this second period of action. As we see Stephen Geffert checking into the game with the ball right here for North Rose. Up 4. And a pull-up by Tyler Norris, fouled by Justice Smith, his first foul.
Yeah, he hit him. That's just not a silly foul.
We get a look here at the power rankings, released every Sunday, voted on by all the 12 members of the FL1 Sports team. And Minders, with a big win over Mid-Lakes, maintains that number 1 spot. Pelmac lost in Newark, ranked number 5, so that'll change coming up here with the next power ranking Sunday morning. North Rose-Wolcott at 3 might be the beneficiary of that loss. They might move up to 2. They may even challenge Minders for 1. So.
Yeah, I'm looking at this, and I'd have North Rose 2 for sure. And Minders and North Rose we'll be talking about all year because they could meet up in sectionals to play the team that Wellsville won it last year, who's got a good guard. So you're going to hear us talking about these guys, all winter.
Marcus Whitman also in that classification with Minders and North Rose, as Tyler Norris made both free throws, pushed the lead up to 6. Devin Franklin in a little trouble there in the corner. Mel checking back in for Jordan Harris. Nice little time by Jordan Harris, who a great football player, needs to develop his basketball skills, but a strong body, and swiped away by Dustin Reed.
Reed just got up off the ground for that one too.
So for the Cougars, it's Dustin Reed, Tyler Norris, Stephen Geffert, Garrett Hoyt, and Luke Gersner. And for the Lions, it's Devin Franklin with the ball, dribbling into trouble. And did the refs bail him out? Nope, they got to travel.
Too many steps. Almost like they wanted to call a foul, but good job communicating with each other.
So it's Devin Franklin, Andy Gaylord into the game with the headband on, or I think that's a headband. Adam Van Buskirk, Jordan Amell, and Justice Smith. Now Reed will try a jump shot from the baseline, no good. Up high for the rebounds. Norris, he's fouled by Amell. And
weak side rebounding.
He'll head back to the line. So that's the first foul on Jordan Amell. That's the first foul on Amell. Mentioned the Upstate Hoops podcast where we reveal those power rankings live Sunday morning at 10 a.m. where we recap the week in Wayne Finger Lakes high school basketball, give you our players of the week with myself and Matt Verkey. Last week we had Coach Pete Zirkus and Senior Kenny DeVay from the Mid-Lakes Screaming Eagles in studio.
Nice to see Mid-Lakes get a little PR this year.
They're off to a great start, 4-0 before that loss to Minders. 4-1, still a great start. Norris misses both free throws. Now he takes a wide open 3. Left-handed butter.
Smooth lefty stroke by Tyler Norris. That gets him going. He's up playing a little bit more aggressive defense than he has. But they're not out chasing. They're keeping him between them and the basket. They won't overplay anything.
He's got 7. And there Amell is with the ball out beyond the three-point arc. Van Buskirk left his feet.
Left his feet? I would like to see him shoot that one.
Yeah.
Offensive? What's he got here?
Looks like they have a foul on Norris off the ball. So, if there is something that Lions could do to get any of these starters for the Cougars in foul trouble, that would help their cause. Right now they are down 9, 6:32 left to go second quarter. Inside to Amell, guarded by Hoyt. Lost it on the way up. They got a foul.
Yep.
And they have Dustin Reed on the backside. No, they gave it to Hoyt.
Second foul on Hoyt. He'll check out of the game for a little bit. But he just got lazy on that. Didn't slide his feet with Amell. Knew it. Kind of gave up and just a little hack there.
Well, we mentioned Amell, one of the bigger guys in Wayne County. I don't think that Garrett Hoyt has faced anybody his size yet this season. They played Geneva at the Chiropractic College. They handled him pretty easy. Geneva didn't have anybody that size. So,
yeah, it could, and that's the problem with Amell is he likes to float around the arc a little bit. But if he got down there on that block, and anybody against North Rose could give some of these kids fit because they're, North Rose is 6'3" kind of across the board with their starting lineup, 6'1" to 6'2", 6'3", and they've got nice size as a group, but nothing really tall inside.
Yeah, we mentioned the sectionals, Minders and Marcus Whitman, both strong inside games. Whitman has Gavin McComiskey and Brad Stone. Minders has Jake Mean and Ben Kutfola and Bobby Bachman.
Rocking with Bachman.
So Mel's first free throw is good.
And that's when you look at the teams. Minders, I don't know if North Rose they may have a better first 5 than Minders does. Minders certainly has a better bench than North Rose does.
Right.
Minders is going to play a tougher schedule all year in the Finger Lakes East, Wayne County down a little bit. And so we'll see how it all plays out. It's very interesting to talk about and a little coffee shop talk, but looking forward to it if they meet up in the semis or finals.
Iron was unkind to Amel on that second free throw, and then it was Luke Gerstner missing the layup and Amel pulling down the rebound, and the Lions get back to work.
2 different styles of play, too. Minders will run up and down, chuck the 3, and North Rose a little bit more patient offensively.
Oh, they got Kehoe with a travel before that bucket.
Both fun to watch in their own rights.
At Dobbins Drugs, they believe their customers are like one big family. Whether you need assistance getting over a winter's common cold or a get-well card, Dobbins is there to help you. Located in downtown Lyons for over 50 years and 3 generations. And all that time, their philosophy has never changed. Their customers come first.
Nice
Great
feed.
luck from Pendleton to Reed for Reed's first bucket of the game.
North Rose in the 2-3 zone now.
The lead now double digits at 10.
Both teams showing, we've seen a 1-3-1 out of Lions, a 2-3, some man. We've seen some man out of North Rose, now a 2-3. Both teams can adapt.
A little easier to play zone here at the Atwood, too, in the small court. And the right-handed runner by Justice Smith. He's on the board. So now Tyler Norris is, looks like a little man-to-man now from Lions. I know they're in a...
No, man-to-man.
Switching off it, and there is Gerstner with an entry pass to Elijah Durham with a nice left-handed hook shot, point-blank range, lead back to 10, 27-17, 4:57 left to go here in the first half. Skip pass over to Rockefeller, thought about the 3. Back to Smith, he's got an open look, he takes it, and off there, no good, rebounded by Elijah Durham, and up ahead to Pendleton, who slipped a little bit, finds Norris, pump fake, drives the lane, left-handed runner good.
Great runner. Nice pump fake, blow by.
9 points for the junior.
Oh,
Justice right over the head of Mel.
Got a couple of those tonight. It's the second one.
Coach Young wants a timeout as we take a look here at...
This is the fine from Pendleton to Dustin Reed. Great pass by Pendleton.
Back line of that zone fell asleep. Hey, get your degree at Finger Lakes Community College. At FLCC, you'll get unique learning opportunities that can prepare you for a great career and give you real-world experience as you earn your degree. FLCC is now taking applications for the spring semester. Visit flcc.edu to learn more. And of course, we see a lot of guys from the Wayne Finger Lakes up at FLCC after they graduate. From Minders, Dylan Verkey had a great run.
Sure. A lot of local athletes will go there, play a little basketball, all the sports, like soccer, lacrosse. But as far as basketball goes, yeah, we've had Wayne Finger Lakes is a good funnel for hoops up that way.
So 29-17, 4:20 left here. Glad you could be with us here on a Thursday night. We are live at the Albert S. Atwood Gymnasium in Lyons, New York, for a battle between 2 longtime Wayne County rivals. In there, over Amel is a shot by Gerstner, and Jordan grabs another rebound. I have him for four rebounds. Duncan Dobbins checks into the game. Number 5 with the ball there. Gives it to Rockefeller and now gets it back. And throws it away to Pendleton, who steals it. Norris is up ahead, but Pendleton takes it himself, lays it over the front iron for his 10th point.
Yep. 2-3 zone. Duncan Davis got to take care of that ball a little bit better, leading the easy run out for North Rose.
Skip pass to Van Buskirk. Drives left. Bounce pass to Amel. Off the glass and good in the foul.
Another big bucket. Great pass by Van Buskirk. Good finish by Amel. See if he can convert the 3-point play here.
Amel playing great, for a good start. It's exactly what Coach Young wanted.
Yeah, they just got to do a little bit better, take care of the ball, and get some more scoring from other guys.
That foul goes to Dustin Reed. And Mel misses the opportunity for the 3-point lead, so the lead at 12, 31-19, 3:20 left to go, first half.
Got a little boxing one on Tyler Norris.
Oh boy, they threw it to Coach Young.
Yep. Chalk one up for Lions there in the junk defense. Sometimes you kind of look at it, how many possessions you get burned and how many you score on, but nobody on that wing.
So Justice Smith checks back into the ball game for Duncan Dobbins, and Lions will try to get this game back into single digits. Van Buskirk thought about the 3, and really he's got to start shooting more. He's the best shooter on the team. Rockefeller no good. Rebounded Amel up into the double team. Looks like a little contact, but no call. And so now Gerstner brings it the other way for the Cougars, and he loses it out of bounds.
He lost a good no call. Very little contact. Gerstner acted like there might have been a little more contact than there was. And, Amel gets that offensive rebound. He's got to go up stronger and finish. A little bit quicker.
Hey, stay tuned with us for the FLCC halftime show. We're going to have Darren Carswell, the Mid-Lakes junior forward, who was on Lions last year. He's going to sit in with us for a few minutes and give us an update on how his season's going. And there is a 3-pointer for Ben Rockefeller. He's got 5 points. And just like that, Lions has it back to 9. Could use a stop here.
Yeah, Van Buskirk doing a great job on Norris inside, working hard trying to keep him from getting the ball.
Pendleton tries to shoot over Mel, but can't do it. But it's rebounded by Elijah Durham, and then Dustin Reed misses the chippy. And now here comes Justice Smith. Gives it to Rockefeller, who thought about another 3. And now Mel will take another one from the top of the key off the rim. No good, and he should have fouled his shot there.
I was thinking the same thing.
At least he was back to block the shot by Connor Pendleton. As that brings the Atwood Animals to their feet.
This team's just not, the North Rose, this doesn't function as well without Hoyt in there. He gets a lot of touches in the paint, makes things work inside, outside, block to block.
And there's that block by Amel. So Elijah Durham gets it. Tyler Norris.
Nice.
Another great entry pass to Reed. They're just losing Reed inside. Now Jordan Harris battles for the rebound and comes down with it.
He's going to win that battle 9 out of 10 times.
Justice Smith, a little stop and go. Rockefeller open from the corner for 3. No good, and they have an offensive foul.
He called the offensive foul, but his whistle never blew. He got so excited about making that offensive call that the whistle never blew.
That's 2 fouls on Smith, and he heads back to the bench. And Duncan Dobbins checks back in. Some accessories on Dobbins. He's got a knee brace. He's got a headband. He's got the low-top running sneakers.
He's got a little bit of a different look for a basketball player, that's for sure.
And there's a 3.
Gerstner.
From Luke Gerstner. His 7th point, 7 points on the game, and Dobbins almost threw it away again to Rockefeller. And here we go. We got a crowd favorite, Mikey O'Sullivan, checking into the game for Van Buskirk. O'Sullivan had 10 points for his season high in a win against Marion last week. And battle for the ball, and here comes Connor Pendleton up ahead to Norris. Right-handed layup, no good, but he's fouled by O'Sullivan. There you see Tyler Norris going with his offhand, the right hand.
Yeah, it was a good switch. He went up with his left and switched, to avoid the contact at the right. It was a good switch. He just couldn't get the roll. This is a frustrating thing for Lions is Coach Young's putting a lot of guys in, trying to get somebody to get a hot hand here and mix things up. Just can't seem to find anybody.
Yep. Amel back into the game for Harris. Norris makes the first of 2 for his 10th point of the night. 52 seconds left to go first half. 13-point North Rose-Wolcott lead. Make it 14. And it looks like I thought Coach Young might have called a timeout. What's going on here?
I'm not sure about the clock. There's something going on with the clock up there. But I tell you, Coach Hoyt's got to feel pretty good about this. He lost son to foul trouble, Garrett Hoyt, with about 5 to go in the quarter. They've only increased the lead since he's been out. So North Rose could have or should have a comfortable lead going into halftime with 52 seconds left here.
Duncan Dobbins brings it across the half-court line, gets it to Mikey O'Sullivan, who skips it over to Rockefeller. Skips it back over to O'Sullivan. To Dobbins in the corner, picks up his dribble back to O'Sullivan, top of the key. Rockefeller, if they move that quicker, they can get an open three on the reversal. Bounce pass to Kehoe, bounce pass to Amel, right-handed off the glass is good. The big fella, Jordan Amel, with 10 points of his own. 23 seconds left to go. Shot clock's off. 12-point lead for the Cougars.
See if they can hold it to 1 here. Not give Lions another opportunity to score. At a minimum, have a 12-point lead going into halftime. A little early.
Right-handed runner by penalty, no good, and we got a foul. And Jordan
Not 1-1.
Nope.
Yeah, it was a foul underneath, I think, on Gerstner.
Elijah Durham.
He grabbed Mel on the rebound, and they took the shot with 11, 12 seconds left. It should have been with 5 or 6 seconds left, so Lions doesn't have this opportunity here.
5
to fire
seconds
up a
here
shot.
to go in the first half. Rockefeller double dribbles.
Yes.
Missed opportunity there for the Lions to cut that lead back to single digits before the halftime break. Reminder to stay with us. We'll have Darren Carswell, former Lions, current Mid-Lakes Eagle, and there is the half-court shot at the buzzer! Off the backboard, off the front iron, and no good by Luke Gerstner. So, after 2 periods of play here in Lyons, it's the number 3 ranked North Rose-Wolcott Cougars 36, the Lions 24. You're watching Wayne Finger Lakes basketball on Finger Lakes 1.
Tonight's live broadcast of Section 5 high school basketball is brought to you by Generations Bank. Federal loans not enough to cover your college education? Learn about the private student loans available through Generations Bank at mygenbank.com. By Finger Lakes Community College. Thinking about life after high school? Get your degree at Finger Lakes Community College. Dr. Rod Littlejohn Orthodontics. Celebrating over 30 years of smiles with style and proud to support our area high school athletes. UR Medicine and Thompson Health. Medicine of the highest order. Dobbins Pharmacy, serving their customers in downtown Lyons for over 50 years and 3 generations. By Finger Lakes Partners Insurance, with offices in Geneva, Victor, and Waterloo. Trust someone who lives in your community. Ferrara Lumber and Building Supplies. Plan your next kitchen or bathroom remodeling project at ferraralumber.com. By the Newark Pilots and Geneva Red Wings of the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League. Penny's Place Family Restaurant. Large portions and home-cooked meals in the Liberty Plaza between Seneca Falls and Waterloo. By Jimmer's Auto and Stevers Garage. Late model cars, trucks, and minivans on Fall Street in Seneca Falls. By Finger Lakes Construction, building structures for a wide range of applications with state-of-the-art design and flawless execution since 1969. Bread's Place, great lunches served daily in downtown Seneca Falls, and $1 tacos every Monday night. And FingerLakes1.com digital marketing. Building, maintaining, and hosting great websites for local businesses since 1999.
Big enough to have degree programs that will take me where I want to go. And small enough that I don't have to travel alone.
Big enough that I can take classes from anywhere. And small enough to get the support I need to succeed.
Big enough that there's always something going on, and small enough that I'm never just a face in the crowd. Finger Lakes Community College.
Wisdom passed on from generation to generation. Welcome to Generations Bank.
welcome back inside the Atwood Gymnasium, Lyons, New York, where the Lions trail the North Rose-Wolcott Cougars 36-24 here at halftime. And very happy to have with us a former Lyons Lion and a current Mid-Lake Screaming Eagle, Darren Carswell, who came here to watch his former teammates tonight. Mm-hmm. How you doing, Darren?
Good.
Thanks for stepping in, sitting with us. You guys had a tough loss last night at Minders. It was a big game. You guys are both undefeated in the East, and for Mid-Lakes, who's been at the bottom of the East for the last couple years, it's nice to you weren't with them, but it's nice to see them having such a great start. You guys have a great start at 4-0. And it was a tough game against Minders. They missed some free throws down the stretch, let you back into it. But tell us a little bit about that game last night.
We had a good start. We were up 12-7, I believe, at the end of the first quarter. I myself got into some foul trouble, and I sat most of the second quarter. And then we trailed at half by 2, I want to say. And in the third quarter, we just didn't play our game. We let them control the tempo, and they killed us on the offensive boards, killed us on offensive glass. And yeah, it was a tough loss at home. We didn't really shoot the ball well either, and we didn't move the ball well in the half-court offense. Yeah, it was a tough loss.
Now, coming off a season last year in Wayne County where you had to play, Red Creek was tough, North Rose was tough, but you also had some nights off, Marion, Williamson. The Finger Lakes East, there is not any nights off in that league, as you're finding out.
Yeah, every night you have to bring it, especially, like tomorrow we play Geneva, and even though they're still have yet to get a win, still be a tough one. They're looking to get a little spark in the season and try to get a win versus us. Yep,
that'll be a tough one. And if we can pull up the Finger Lakes East standings real quick here, you'll see we got Minders now at 3-0, Mid-Lakes at 2-1. Tied with Pelmac after losing to Newark, who's now they're both 2-1. So we got a four-way tie for 2-1 because Wayne, who we thought might be a little down, they're off to a great start at 4-1 and 2-1 in the league. Penn Yan at 1-2. Geneva and Waterloo, two of the better 0-3 teams that you'll find. So really, Corzy, no night off.
No, there never is a night off in the Finger Lakes East, and the last couple of years, the closest thing you'd find it would be the Mid-Lake Screaming Eagles. So Jim talked about it's exciting for Mid-Lakes to be up there with your new team, and you haven't seen it. But how about your old team tonight, watching them against North Rose? What are they going to need to do in the second half to turn things around?
They're definitely going to have to clean up on the defensive glass and just limit the transition. And just Tyler Norris is playing a great game so far. Probably limit him, slow him down, and just play their game, getting up and down the court like traditional Lions basketball.
Yeah, I agree with you. Those transition points, whether it seems to me every time Lions does something good, North Rose is right back at the rim really fast, and that's they're going to score better in a half court set because they're a little better than you, but those transition points are huge. So yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. Now,
do you just want to throw on the Lions jersey and get out there and help these guys, or what?
He's got his new team now.
I know it.
He's bleeding blue.
I know. I've been
got the jacket on. He's got the Mid-Lake Screaming Blue on. And
we've been talking about this since the opener at the college about, it's weird because the first game of the year, who's playing? Lions and Mid-Lakes. And Carswell's wearing the blue for Mid-Lakes.
Yeah, and that's not set up. I mean, that just kind of happens. That's not like the NFL tries to make that like a marquee matchup.
Right.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Now, that run last year that Lions did make, though, a lot of great memories. I'm sure that it was a tough decision. Maybe it was no decision on your part, but you end up playing for Mid-Lakes this year. But a lot of great memories from last year. What was it like during that postseason run as a sophomore?
It was something special. I mean, Coach Young pulled me up in the middle of the season to give the varsity team some spark. And I remember my first game was versus undefeated Red Creek, and to be able to upset them at their place was like nothing better than the first varsity game. And yeah, that run in postseason, it was a magical run. It was like a Cinderella story, you could say, because
it was. You guys beat charter schools, bigger kids on the team. I mean, early college, RCMCS. A tough game against CM there, Calmom. Yep. And then really on the big stage at Glens Falls, that was a very good Waterville team that you played.
Darren, you come back to Lions tonight. Obviously, you spent some time in the community, but what's it like to come in the gym any type of banter going on between you and some of your friends, the girls, the fans? What's?
I mean, they're a little upset at me for leaving, but they understand. They understand the choice.
Right. It's not like college where you picked up and said, I'm going to try a different program, a different school. It's different. But they still tease you a little bit, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, hey, thank you so much for spending some time with us. We look forward to following you guys the rest of the way, and wish Mid-Lakes the best of luck this season, and hope to see you near the top of those standings and make a nice run in sectionals again. You're the guy with sectional experience on that team, right?
Mm-hmm. It'd be nice to make a run in Class B, especially being a tough bracket.
Yep. So I think you guys can do it. So we'll be right back in 60 seconds with second half action.
So many sights to see on the internet, but for everything local, there's no place you can get it. At FingerLakes1.com. Come on over to FingerLakes1.com. Make us your homepage. News, weather, sports, and fun. Log on to Finger Lakes One.
Local news from over 40 sources, custom local weather, over 10 hours of live broadcasts and podcasts every week on your computer, tablet, television, or smartphone. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
www.fingerlakes1.com. Come on and join the fun. Log on to Finger Lakes One.
www.fingerlakes1.com.
And welcome back inside the Atwood. Great talking to Darren Carswell on the FLCC halftime show. Great kid, Kors. He's really good to interview, fun to talk to.
Yeah, he is a good kid and real nice, congenial boy. And I'm sure Mid-Lakes is loving having him because he's making a big difference over there. They got some nice pieces, but without Carswell, they wouldn't have gone 4-0, and we wouldn't be talking to them all the time. So, good for Mid-Lakes, good for Darren Carswell. Bad for the Lyons.
Yeah, and Van Buskirk takes it hard to the hole, no foul, and North Rose comes the other way, and a little left-handed layup on the right-hand side of the basket, no good by Luke Gerstner. And Smith tried to force it inside to Rockefeller, but
that's a big call right there. It's not.
That's on Hoyt.
Hoyt, and that'll get Coach off his feet a little bit.
Third foul for Garrett Hoyt here early in the third period, with a 12-point Cougar lead, and Dustin Reed comes back in.
We might have a technical. Nope, bench warning.
A bench warning for Coach Hoyt.
Yep. But you don't see a lot. Usually in high school, just tee him up. And,
I like it.
Yeah, no, that's it. You said enough, and let's play.
Well, a jump ball on the entry pass to Amel.
Well, he got the jump ball call there.
Go the other way.
So he'll take the bench warning in that possession because it clearly looked like Amel was fouled.
So for the Cougars, it is Connor Pendleton, Elijah Durham. Oh, there's a left-handed jumper, rise and shine for Tyler Norris.
See if Smith can get it going in this first half. We talked about it on top of the show. Lyons has to get it from 2-3 guys, not just one guy. And so far tonight, it's only been Amel.
And Kehoe down the lane draws the foul. And it looks like they're going to give that one to Luke Gerstner. That's his second.
Well, when you're not a deep team tonight, like North Rose is, you can control kind of your officials as the season goes on. So it's almost something Coach Hoyt can look at and say, I can't have guys that call it really tight, because I'm only playing 7-8 kids where they're not as deep. Whereas if you have a deep team, you might want a referee that calls it pretty tight. And tonight hasn't been too tight, but it just
good. So Kehoe free throws, get it back down to 10 points here, early third quarter. And Durham tries to get it out to Dustin Reed and slapped away. Finger Lakes Partners Insurance. For your life, home, auto, and future, trust someone who lives in your community with offices in Geneva, Waterloo, and Victor. Visit Finger Lakes Partners online at fingerlakesinsurance.com. And so there's Tyler Norris controlling the ball for the Cougars. Still looking for the first bucket here in the second half. Gets it over to Connor Pendleton. Norris and Pendleton, the two leading scorers for the Cougars in the first half with 11 and 10 respectively. And Lyons comes back the other way. Rockefeller dribbles into some trouble, gets back out to Justice Smith. Entry pass to Amel. And a nice touch off the glass by the big fella.
You know, I like that all night with Hoyt in there. Now that Hoyt's out there, I like it even more. So we'll see if Lions can keep pounding it down to the big fella Amel. As he picks up the block. Foul. Great take by Gerstner.
So Gerstner picks up his 9th point of the game. Amel picks up his 2nd foul of the game. No, they didn't give. Yeah, they did. They gave it to Amel.
I think the scoreboard's just adjusting it.
So Amel, on the other end with that bucket, has a game high 12. But the Gerstner free throw gets that lead back up to 11.
Big basket by Gerstner.
Justice Smith into the corner. Back out to Van Buskirk.
Smith seems like he's got nowhere to go tonight. You know?
Got an open 3 there. And the bank is open for Justice Smith.
We've seen a lot of open banks this year at night. And, not sure what's going on with the shooting around Wayne Finger Lakes, but
extended holiday hours.
That's right. A little bit too much of it for my liking, but anything to bring the Lions back makes it a little bit closer of a game. There they are, back at it. Gerstner's
getting it done tonight. He's got 5 points here in the second half. And a right-hander in some traffic by Ben, the Rockefeller.
He's having a good quarter here, Rockefeller.
Rockefeller's got 7 on the game.
Nice pass, Gerstner.
Now he could have gone right up with it instead with a pump fake, but Connor Pendleton there to clean it up. And Pendleton has 12.
He's like garbage points. Good passer, Pendleton.
Skip it to Van Buskirk. Thought about the 3, no. Now Justice Smith takes one dribble inside, pump fakes, and gets it out to Rockefeller. But again, Van Buskirk passes up the shot. Keogh is on the ground. 15 seconds to shoot. And a little out of control. Nothing there for Van Buskirk, but he gets it back.
He does get back. Fresh shot clock.
And they'll reset down 10. Another baseline drive into Amel. Oh, a little right-hander scoop. No good. He was fouled.
Yeah, he's got to take one power dribble, go up, and he went up, tried to reach around with his right.
Light night of action around the Wayne Finger Lakes tonight. 2 games in Wayne County, but one of them was a great one. Number 10, Clyde Savannah against the undefeated East Rochester. Number 10 and 8 in our power rankings. And East Rochester and Clyde both looking to be the 2 teams to maybe challenge North Rose here for the Wayne County title this year.
You got any predictions on that one, Jim?
I honestly don't see anybody winning the title.
I'm just talking about that game tonight.
Oh, that game tonight?
Yeah.
Clyde's been playing better. They're at full strength. They had some personnel. They were shorthanded for a couple games. Haven't had a look at East Rochester in person, but I know that Keith Butler's been putting up a lot of points for them. And they had 100 points against Marion.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's saying. Actually, it's saying that they kind of ran it up a little bit.
Yeah, it might be what that's saying.
100 to 39.
When I saw that box score, I thought the same thing. But they could have just got hot earlier. I didn't break the quarters down.
Connor Pendleton takes it right at Jordan Amel with the left hand. And Pendleton now has a game high 14.
Just like we talked about, they come at you from 4 or 5 different ways, and if one guy's off, the other guy's on, and then that's what makes great teams. So
great backdoor look from Tyler.
Taking right at Amel. Amel, you could tell he didn't want to pick up his 3rd there. You know, at least get yourself in position to get in the way a little.
There's one from deep from Van Buskirk, and he finds the bottom of the net. And Coach Young gives him a look like, where's that been all year?
Well, it's a second on the night, but a deep one, and playing with a little bit more confidence than we've seen all year. So maybe he's going to get off the schneid tonight, doing it against a good quality team in North Rose.
So Lions has the lead back down to 8. Garrett Hoyt is on the bench with 3 fouls. And big defensive possession coming up for the Lions as we get a look at Darren Carswell there. And there's a good look at handsome Dennis Leahy. He helps out with the old Finger Lakes 1 Sports team with some camera work, and good golfer, general manager at the Seneca Falls Country Club last year. Look at that kid. What a good-looking kid.
That's a smile. That's a smile right there. He in the house watching his Lions play.
He's got a buddy, Ethan, one of the assistant coaches for Lions. That would be coach. Ethan Esterbrooks is his friend, and he's on Zach Young's staff. Hey, Penny's Place Family Restaurant, located on 5 and 20 in the Liberty Plaza between Seneca Falls and Waterloo, well known for their large portions and home-cooked meals, a large selection of breakfast items and everything from burgers, salad bar, and wraps for lunch. If you want a great meal while pinching a penny, come to Penny's Place. 45-37, 3:22 left to go here in the third quarter from Lyons, New York, and a steal by Kehoe, but then don't know about that foul. They had a nice double team. He was in trouble, bailed out by referee James Hawkins. And now there with the ball is his partner, referee Ron Cooper, 1982 graduate of Brighton High.
Brighton High School, huh? Now we got Garrett Hoyt back in the game. He's been quiet since the first quarter. He's had a lot of foul trouble this game.
Oh, they got the travel.
Wow.
I thought they missed it.
Yep.
But they called it a little late. And back to Lions now, down 8. Big possession for the Lions.
It is a big possession here. Lions can get on the board with a 2 or a 3. Let's pick the crowd up a little bit.
Van Buskirk is open over there. They didn't swing it to him. We got Tyler Bastian in the game there at the top of the key with the ball. Skips it to Smith for 3. A little too firm, doesn't catch anything, and here come the Cougars. Tyler Norris running the show.
We like that freshman, but the one thing he's going to have to work on over the next couple seasons is consistency on the arc.
And the 17-footer for Gerstner is no good, and now Justice Smith pushes up to Kehoe. Back to Smith, passes up the 3, drives the lane, gets it to Kehoe baseline, off the glass, and good by Nick Kehoe.
It's almost like Kehoe recognized he was going against Hoyt with the 3 fouls, took a look at him, power dribble, went up and in. Good read, good recognize, 6-point game.
Now Kehoe, like his brother, Nick, like his brother Jake.
Got an offensive
foul. Oh, wow. And Coach Hoyt just trying to
keep the kids cool. It's a good pick and roll. It's a great call. Nothing to argue about on that one.
Foul on Tyler Norris, his second. So 6-point ball game. Lions with the ball. 2 minutes to go, third quarter, trying to pull the upset. Van Buskirk throws it away. Now it's a 2-on-1 break. Norris, good foul by Van Buskirk.
Nice foul, a lot of ball. I didn't like how Norris took that at the rim, though. I'm surprised he didn't try to use the rim to shield it. Like he taught at a young age. You know, he went up almost like, I don't think he was going to dunk it, but, you know, if he just went off and tried to kiss it off the glass, he might have been able to protect the ball through his body from Van Buskirk.
So Norris looking for his first points of the second half, and he misses his 3rd consecutive free throw.
Yeah, that's unlikely. And who's going to step up for Lions if they're going to make this close and try to stay in this at the end of the game? They kind of need a hero here going into the end of the third and beginning of the fourth quarter.
And there you go. Norris makes the second. He's got 12 points and the lead back to 7. And you're right, Corsi. Somebody's got to lead a little Lions run here to end the third. Give them. Oh, that's not going to be the answer there.
You kind of got North Rose on the ropes right now. You know, you need a couple more buckets.
And, of course, Garrett Hoyt has to be careful in there with 3 fouls. Pendleton drives the right side. Good defense by Justice Smith. He looks like he stepped on the line.
Oh, they're calling the travel. It said he dragged his pivot foot.
Gotcha. So 1:26 left to go, and it looks like we got a sub coming into the game for Lions. Ben Rockefeller coming in for Tyler Bastian.
Little offensive defense going on right now with Coach Young. Got to get Rockefeller in there. He extends that defense a little bit with a 3.
Ferrara Lumber has been a fixture in Seneca Falls since. Oh, what do we have?
Almost had
Coach Hoyt.
a T. Almost had a T. They don't want to do it.
So Ferrara Lumber has been a fixture in Seneca Falls since 1959. Start planning your next kitchen or bath remodeling project at FerraraLumber.com. Into Amel, into the corner for Smith. Rises, takes the high arc and 3, no good, but long rebound goes to Ben Rockefeller. They'll get it back and reset. just over a minute left to go, third period. And Kehoe has it again, baseline. They find Van Buskirk open for three. And the Van Buskirk! Welcome back, Connor!
Van Buskirk's starting to feel, you can just see the shoulders rise a little bit. Now he's talking on defense. And this is the Van Buskirk that we were used to last season.
His third three of the game, and blocked from behind by Van Buskirk, but they got the foul. 4-point ball
back
game.
And maybe a little push in the back on that shot, but Lions right back in it. Maybe there's your hero tonight.
He's been the hero before.
He has. You know, but it's a lot different when somebody's setting you up and you're wide open than being the focal point.
Yeah, not only do you miss the scoring, Dustin Reed makes the first free throw of Damon Hunter, but, when he's a focal point of the other team's defense every game, it does open things up for everybody else. So Dustin Reed makes them both. As here we get a look at that, a nice pass from Pendleton to Reed and blocked from behind by Van Buskirk.
Looked like a clean block on the replay.
Might have got him with the body. Or maybe James Hawkins didn't want to hear it from Brian Hoyt.
Sick of listening to him.
Rockefeller wanted that
I'd
a
like to
little
see a skip
sooner.
right here.
Oh, he tried
trying to. Nice
pass.
pass.
Feet up ahead to Norris. Left-handed layup is good.
It's a big bucket. 15 to go. Lead back to 8.
Back to 8. We want one
Lions
shot
needs
here
a
for
little
the
momentum
Lions.
to get this one shot, Buskirk's saying.
Van Buskirk's open. Skip it over to him. Oh, no. Nice. Oh, they got the foul. Okay. Rockefeller came up a little short on the three-point attempt, but Kehoe right there with the rebound now. With no time left here in the third quarter, he'll head to the line. If we can get a look at some of the games coming up tomorrow night, there's a full night of action, Corsi, tomorrow night. And maybe the game of the night, number 1 versus number 2, Miners and Palmac. Well, by Sunday, the new poll will come out, but
that's the game of the night.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Even if they dropped you guys, dropped the 3 or 4. First foul shot went in. Kehoe with the second, nailed it.
2 big free throws by Nick Kehoe to give him 8 points on the game. And with just 8 minutes left to play from Lions, the Lions make a little run back within 6. We'll be right back with fourth quarter action on Finger Lakes 1.
Big enough to have degree programs that will take me where I want to go. And small enough that I don't have to travel alone.
Big enough that I can take classes from anywhere, and small enough to get the support I need to succeed.
Big enough that there's always something going on, and small enough that I'm never just a face in the crowd. Finger Lakes Community College.
Good luck to all of our student athletes this high school sports season.
We hold on to the things that really matter. Welcome to Generations Bank.
Got an out-of-town score here. Corsi, ER up 41-30 at the half.
Ooh, wow.
Against Clyde. And fourth quarter action, it's Smith, Rockefeller, Kehoe, Amel, and Van Buskirk. Entry to Amel, and nice touch off the glass by Jordan Amel.
The big fella with a little up and under.
15 points for Amel.
Keep it. Oh, great backdoor feed to Hoyt.
Absolutely, but he missed it.
I used to run a similar play in Waterloo. It's just a great look. Got to finish that.
4-point game and almost a turnover there. Oh, hello. Connor Penn, or that would be Luke Gerstner, heading right into the cheerleaders to our left. Better them than all our equipment, Corsi.
That's right. They don't watch the games. They won't hear us say that.
50-46.
We got a ball game.
We do. The upset-minded Lyons Lions with Adam Van Buskirk with the ball, drives the lane, kicks out to Kehoe, who tries a three. Good! Nick Kehoe.
Christmas is coming early in Lions for Kehoe.
11 points for Nick Kehoe, and the lead down to just 1.
Let's see how North Rose handles this crowd and the anticipation of losing to the
Stolen by Justice Smith.
Lions.
And no foul on the foul.
Wow.
Connor Pendleton bothered him from behind and blocked the other way by Kehoe.
Yeah, Kehoe came back hard. You know, it's
Coach Hoyt can't believe it, and he wants a timeout.
I don't know what he's upset about. He came in,
Yeah.
he had a lot of ball, he knocked him down. They played basketball. Coach Young's the one that should be upset on the other end. Justice Smith clearly got fouled on that layup.
I agree.
And the officials got to take control right now. And you know, hey, these guys are out here, and these guys want this win.
This
you know,
is
it's up the officials
exactly
to keep them in
the
control.
type of situation that Coach Hoyt wanted to avoid. Give it Lions, within reach heading into the fourth quarter, and the Atwood Animals starting to get alive. There's one of the Atwood Animals, and I actually know the name of that young lady inside that suit. That'd be Senior Lacey Smith.
Good for you, Lacey, getting the crowd going. Maybe I can borrow that sometime.
Hey, Jimmers Auto offers full inventory of late model cars, trucks, and minivans. Check out their full inventory online at jimmersauto.com. And Red's Place, serving great lunches in downtown Seneca Falls daily. Awesome specials, soup, and the best sandwiches and burgers in town. Visit men'shalloffame.com for the full menu. And Finger Lakes Construction is the #1 post-frame builder in New York State, providing complete building packages for a wide range of construction, including personal garages, commercial office complexes, pole barns, and more.
Man-to-man on the out-of-bounds. Coach Hoyt drives up a great play, gets a backdoor pick. Easy layup for North Rose, and they needed it.
Lead back up to 3. Kehoe has the ball top of the key, gets over Smith, who's open for 3, sets and fires, and buries it!
Lions has just caught fire. Kehoe, Justice Smith, Van Buskirk, Amel. They're all coming for North Rose tonight. We got a moving screen.
Back to Lions. Tie ball game at the Atwood. 6:09 left to go. Justice Smith, 2 second-half threes. Adam Van Buskirk, 2 second-half threes.
It's a little throwback Thursday from last season, Jim, and the excitement that the Lions brought us in the postseason. They're bringing it tonight to the North Rose-Wolcott Cougars. Let's see what happens in the last 6 minutes.
Lions with a chance to take the lead tonight. Entry pass to Amel on the post, guarded by Hoyt. Right-hander off the glass and good! Jordan
Amel tonight.
Coming up big. And the Lions lead by 2 against the #3 ranked undefeated North Rose-Wolcott Cougars. And Norris up and over Amel for 2.
Here's their leader. He's their offensive leader, getting the big bucket when they need it, taking it right at the big fella Amel.
And there's Smith with the ball, looking again for Amel on the post. Backdoor cut to Rockefeller. Bounce pass to Amel, looks like a turnover, and it is. Connor Pendleton comes up with it. Now he goes 3-on-3. Dishes it back to Luke Gerstner. Picks up his dribble, finds Tyler Norris. Pump fake, left side. Hands it off to Garrett Hoyt. Right-handed layup is good. And the foul.
And the North Rose fans, who normally don't travel well or get too excited, are into this game. We got both fans chanting back and forth. And, North Rose faithful over there behind the bench liking the call. And the and one by Garrett Hoyt, who's been very silent tonight.
And that's the third foul on Jordan Amel. It's Hoyt now with a free throw to get that lead back up to 3. And he does.
Smooth.
So Hoyt with 7 points in limited action due to early foul trouble. And here come the Lions back the other way. Justice Smith, Ben Rockefeller, Nick Kehoe, Jordan Amel, and Adam Van Buskirk. I really want to see Van Buskirk, get on the move and see if he can continue the hot shooting. Instead, it's Amel for 3. Binds! The big fella stepping out!
They are unconscious right now. And they are playing with the Lions' pride of the community, trying to get this big upset win.
Gerstner can't answer. Rebound Kehoe up to Justice Smith. Takes it right to Garrett Hoyt. High off the glass. Rolls off the rim. No good.
That freshman should have taken one more dribble. You had Hoyt back there. I think he would have got a clean look if he took it at him. They're going to let Hoyt get to about the 3-4 minute mark, and he'll be able to play full strength defense again. That could be a big difference going down the stretch.
57-57. Scoop shot by Hoyt. No good. Rebounded by Norris. And he's fouled by Ben Rockefeller, it looks like. Or did they get Amel? They got Rockefeller.
It's good for Lyons fan. We got 4:11 to go. Tie game. Both teams. Next foul will be a shooting foul. We got timeout Lions. Each team has 16 fouls, so we'll be shooting the rest of the way, Jim. It's been a pretty quick game, so that's all right. We're not going to complain about that. Might be one on the free throw line.
Well, guys, we're just coming up on 8:40 here, Eastern time. And, on the Upstate Hoops podcast Sunday, I said that I predict an upset.
And I can confirm it. You texted me today, big game tonight. We went back and forth, and you say, maybe a big upset tonight, and I couldn't do anything but chuckle and laugh at the text I got from you.
Here we are, tie ball game. And at this point, nobody's a favorite anymore.
Well, I disagree with you, only in the fact that Lyons is kind of unconscious right now.
True.
Can they continue to shoot for the last 4 minutes like this? And North Rose has better offensive players and sets, and I think that will be the difference. But if Lyons can knock down one or two more three-pointers, then you're right.
Big shot by Norris. Big shot by Norris.
And that's what, like Lyons had Damon Hunter last year to do that. These guys got Tyler Norris and Garrett Hoyt to do that this year.
Right.
So I think that's the only difference maker, but it could be a Christmas miracle here in Lyons.
And Lyons has been in games late, but has not been able to close. So we'll see if they can do it here tonight, down 2 with 3:47 left to go in the ball game. 10 seconds left to shoot. Smith working off a pick from Amel. 6 seconds left to shoot. Norris all over Smith, gets to Rockefeller from the corner for 3 off the back iron, no good.
Place would have went crazy if that fell.
And now North Rose will slow it down. Connor Pendleton controls.
Big possession here for North Rose.
Lions back to man defense.
A lot of motion on North Rose, a lot of motion in their offense, and they got a nice matchup there with Hoyt against Kehoe. 14 on the clock.
Elijah Durham kicks it over to Pendleton for 3 off the rim, no good. Pulled down by Amel.
Great possession for North Rose, even though they came up empty. Took about 20, 25 seconds off the shot clock. Got a good look by Pendleton. It just didn't fall.
So Justice Smith gets to work, guarded by Pendleton. Thought about getting inside to Amel. Thought twice. Rockefeller, too quick of a look there, closely guarded.
Rockefeller had to take that shot in the last possession because it was late in the shot clock. That was kind of early with a man right in his face. I don't know if that's the shot that Lions needs right now, down 2 with 2:30 to go.
And again, we thought Van Buskirk might be heating up, but he's not been able to get another shot. But Cougars turn it over as
Pendleton just lost it out of bounds.
2:25 to go here at the Atwood. 2-point North Rose-Wolcott lead. Justice Smith drives right side, gives it back to Rockefeller, hands it off to Van Buskirk. Couple dribbles left.
Oh, he was thinking about it, but that's the difference that he's had tonight, where he's thinking about those shots that he took last year.
Smith working on Norris.
10 on the clock.
And he goes left side. He's looking for Van Buskirk, and Van Buskirk got to let that fly with 5 seconds left to go. Back to Amel to Smith. He tries a 3. Way too long. Would have been a shot clock violation, but North Rose got the rebound.
Timeout North Rose. And there's the difference right there for Coach Zach Young and the Lions. Last year when that shot clock was going down, Tippy Hunter would either score, or go to the foul line, or pick up an assist.
Right.
And not every time. But right now they're just and that's why they're losing close games, because they're relying on a freshman, albeit a very talented freshman, but he's just a freshman, folks, and he's trying his hardest out there, but it's just not the same. As we talk about that, the live looking of the last year's great run, but on the other end, that's what North Rose has. So minute 48, another big possession for North Rose. Let's see what they drop out of the timeout and who's got the ball in their hands. I'd like to see if they can get a mismatch against Hoyt. Got a little dancer crowd going nuts for. Oh, there he goes. Good for him. He wants a little more.
Yep.
Shooting. Young blood, getting buckets.
I love this place. So for high school basketball, it doesn't get any better. They always provide the best atmosphere. So North Rose now with 1:47 left to play and a 2-point lead. We'll get to work.
Early pick and roll, didn't get what they were looking for. They'll go back into their motion set here. And there's Hoyt on the block. And they run a good motion. 10 seconds on the clock. We got Tyler Norris here bottled up by 2 Lions defenders. Big
left-handed
buckets.
riser from Tyler Norris.
And, that's the difference right now. Minute 12 left for Lions.
20 points for
the
Norris.
Biggest possession of their evening right here.
Mel's been the guy.
Good kick to Van Buskirk.
He doesn't take it, though. Pump fakes, gets it back out to Kehoe. Kehoe will take it. And off the rim, no good. Rebound by Rockefeller off the glass and good.
Big offensive glass by Rockefeller. But the 3 again, the 3 by Van Buskirk's got to be the 3, not the one to Kehoe.
Right.
They got bailed out by great hustle by Rockefeller. Little Farrah-like underneath.
Yeah, and that's another thing this Lions team is missing is the dirty work that Derek Farrah provided. And tonight, Nick Kehoe is getting it done.
Yeah, absolutely. Kehoe and Rockefeller.
Yeah.
They're getting the total team effort that they didn't have in most of the season in the first half tonight. Second half, they've just been on fire.
The perfect game collegiate baseball action hits the Finger Lakes this summer with the Newark Pilots and Geneva Twins in action nightly, showcasing some of the best collegiate baseball players in the country. Go to NewarkPilots.com or GenevaTwins.com for season ticket packages. And Thompson Health Urgent Care Center in Farmington provides acute illness and injury care in a welcoming environment with doctors, nurse practitioners, and physical assistants, or physician assistants, whose goal it is to get you treated promptly and courteously so you can get back to enjoying your life. Learn more at ThompsonHealth.com. And Corsi, I'm starting to lose my voice.
That's what the Atwood will do to you. Hey, there we go. Farrah was in the house, so we just got a shot on him. Great work by our
We should have
cameraman.
grabbed him for an interview.
I liked watching him play, too. Another one. I also like watching these North Rose-Wolcott Cougars play. Let's see what they got with 51 here. Coach Young called the defensive timeout. He's going to put man-to-man on North Rose Cougars, and Tyler Norris is being guarded by Ben Rockefeller. And Norris has been the go-to guy for North Rose the last couple seasons, and see what he does on this play right here.
I'd look for him to take the shot again here with 18 to shoot, still some time to kill. Durham with the ball,
Durham,
gets it
think
over to
about
Gerstner. And there it is, back to
10
Tyler
again,
Norris.
10 on the clock. Every time it's been 10, Norris is taking the ball to the hole.
There he goes, he loses it. Instead, it's Pendleton for 3, in and out. And Mel couldn't corral the rebound, but he gets the block.
We're going to get
14 seconds left, and Smith boots it.
Good foul, good foul.
You got to be careful, that wasn't intentional.
Well, you know what? He wanted to make sure the ref saw it. Lions would have had the possession and a chance to tie or win, and the freshman lost it off his foot. But a really smart foul by the freshman, getting them right away. And now, see, and that's the difference. The freshman arguing with Rockefeller on what happened here on the play.
So
great block by Mel, but if you see it again here, he got knocked
his
down.
guy knocked down right into
That's just
Smith.
bad luck. And that's the thing. You do all this stuff as coaches. Yeah. North Rose comes out. They get Norris penetrating. Smith makes some great reaching. Ends up in Pendleton's hand for a wide-open 3. You think it's going in. It comes out. They get the ball, and then poor Rockefeller falls right in front of Smith, and they lose the ball. But he's got to make both.
Yeah, if he makes one, it's still a one-possession game. 11.5 to go. 61-59 North Rose. Got an update from out of town. ER up 9 after 3 quarters of play against Clyde.
I like here, if he makes both, you don't have to get a 3. You know, there's enough time where they can get Smith into the block. Now, as he's in the block, if he can kick it out to Van Buskirk or Rockefeller or even Mel, then take the 3. But try to attack the rim with this time and then get a quick foul. 11 and a half seconds is a lot of time. Doesn't seem like it, but it really is, especially in a small gym like this. So if he makes both, don't be afraid. You got to, sometimes you come down and you jack the 3, and it's not a good shot, and then your chances are over. I'd rather see a quick layup. And even if they're down 3, if they can get a quick 2, I think that'll work.
Yeah, a lot can happen in a short amount of time at the end of these ball games. As Tyler Norris hasn't been great from the free throw line. He misses, and Kehoe bails for the rebound. Mel gets it. He tried, he throws it away over a back call.
Yeah, I missed it.
And they foul Norris again with 4.4 seconds left, and they missed the over the back call. And I don't know what Mel was thinking, pushing it ahead.
He's just tried to throw it to Van Buskirk. I'm not sure how many timeouts Lions has, but he had his point guard right here with him.
Big bail
right
for the
there.
rebound. And
Smith is calling for it.
That's
a tough over and back, whether he had possession or not, it's tough to see. But just a poor decision. Poor decision by Lions there. But still time, and if I'm Lions, this is the guy I want on the line.
Yeah, he's struggling second half.
I don't think he's made one yet. Maybe 1 for 5.
20 points, but 1 for 5 second half from the free throw line. And, you can tell that Lions doesn't really know what to do in these situations. Last year, they gave it to Hunter and just kind of got out of the way.
Absolutely.
And Amel a little flustered there.
Yeah, Smith has been, but, that's the growing pains that you knew this team would have. And it's okay, here they are playing the number 1 team in the league in doing this.
Justice Smith fouled out on that last foul, so they'll be without him.
That hurts.
For the final 4.4 seconds or further if we see some overtime here. Picked up 2 fouls late there, just trying to stop the clock. And Jordan Harris consoling him over there in the huddle. Smith visibly upset. Now I feel bad for him because one time a kid falls into him, and a second time he doesn't get the ball from his center after a rebound.
Yeah. Well, again, who are we looking for and what we're trying to do and all that stuff has got to be learned by this young Lions team. Some of them are young, but certainly young and experienced without having Damon Hunter. Now, if he makes both, I think the game's over as long as you don't even have to play defense. But if he misses one, we're going to have an interesting final here. He's only shooting 1-1. We're not in the double bonus yet. Lions has to do a better job of boxing out this foul shot.
Here's a shot from Norris. It's short. And it's off but nice hustle by Rockefeller, but he's out of bounds. Yeah. Out of bounds.
North Rose has a lot of courage and character, and Amel's got to be getting these rebounds and owning the boards. He's really not doing a good job of boxing out on the foul line.
It's 3 late balls that were rebound opportunities that were off his hands, so just .2 goes off the clock, which I don't know how that's possible. But
that's the friendly confines of the Atwood. That's what that is.
4.2
now they're taking
left.
a look at it.
And now
should be at least a second off. I mean, put 3.4 up, so we'll see what they do.
Coach Young has taken Amel out of the game. Needing some more quickness at this point.
He want to be close to the guy to foul, and he doesn't want Amel's guy to get any distance.
Not an easy place to inbound the ball in that corner. Plus, at the Atwood, they have a dotted line that the inbounder can step onto the court to inbound it because the stands are so close to the end. So there's not a lot of room down there in the corner.
It's cozy.
61-59.
I think Zach was looking over at us. Coach Young was looking over at us to see if we could figure out how much time was left.
2.9 seconds. We probably could have helped, but they didn't ask. And now trouble getting in. Timeout by North Rose.
And like you said, it's a tough place to inbound. Any court, but even in this court where everybody's like right on top of you, you're standing right in front of the crowd. It's a tough spot to inbound. So we'll see what you could almost – well –
you don't want to throw it long.
Oh, no, you can't throw it long. No steals.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario is just throw it on the block.
Right.
And if you catch it, you catch it. If you don't, it's going to be a running half-court shot.
Right.
So you don't want to do anything towards the backcourt, towards Lions, because any type of tip and steal could tie the game. And but with under 3 seconds left, you throw it up towards the hoop, it's going to be a tough shot going the other way.
Been a spirited North Rose-Wolcott contingent making the trip a little southwest from North Rose, and then the usual Atwood animals packing the stands here in Lyons. And their team did not disappoint. I mean, this North Rose team is a team we talked about running the table in Wayne County, and Lyons putting up a great fight.
Yeah, and the Achilles heel of North Rose is their bench and their deepness. And we saw that tonight with Hoyt getting in foul trouble and Lyons being able to get the ball inside to Amel and then get hot on the three-point line.
So here we go, 2.9. Ball inbounded in the quick foul on
to
Norris again. And Norris.
Coach believes in him, but
yeah.
I don't.
At this point, some nights it's not there.
Yeah. So it's good that he's got the confidence to go back with him.
He has hit a couple big shots
from the
field coming down the stretch.
Carried him this last 4 minutes. With about 4 minutes ago, we talked and hopefully one of the assistants or coach got into Amel about getting the rebounds here.
1.8 seconds is now on the clock.
That's a tough situation to be in for Lyons.
And Amel checks back in the game. There's a shot, and it's good. There you go, Tyler.
Yeah. Makes this game's over. He's got everybody off the line, which I don't know if I like that. Because if he misses this, I just want somebody there to kind of pressure. Somebody's going to get a free look here.
Second shot by Norris is up. No good. Rebounded on Mel.
He should have taken his time. Yeah, 1.8, big fella.
And that's the ball game. Final score, North Rose-Wolcott 62, Lions 59. Another thriller in the Atwood. We'll be back with the Dr. Rod Littlejohn Smiles with Style post-game show after these messages.
Tonight's live broadcast of Section 5 High School Basketball is brought to you by Generations Bank. Federal loans not enough to cover your college education? Learn about the private student loans available through Generations Bank at mygenbank.com. By Finger Lakes Community College. Thinking about life after high school? Get your degree at Finger Lakes Community College. Dr. Rod Littlejohn Orthodontics. Celebrating over 30 years of smiles with style and proud to support our area high school athletes. UR Medicine and Thompson Health, medicine of the highest order. Dobbins Pharmacy, serving their customers in downtown Lyons for over 50 years and 3 generations. By Finger Lakes Partners Insurance, with offices in Geneva, Victor, and Waterloo. Trust someone who lives in your community. Ferrara Lumber and Building Supplies. Plan your next kitchen or bathroom remodeling project at ferraralumber.com. By the Newark Pilots and Geneva Red Wings of the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League. Penny's Place Family Restaurant. Large portions and home-cooked meals in the Liberty Plaza between Seneca Falls and Waterloo. By Jimmer's Auto and Stevers Garage. Late model cars, trucks, and minivans on Fall Street in Seneca Falls. By Finger Lakes Construction, building structures for a wide range of applications with state-of-the-art design and flawless execution since 1969. Bread's Place, great lunches served daily in downtown Seneca Falls, and $1 tacos every Monday night. And FingerLakes1.com digital marketing. Building, maintaining, and hosting great websites for local businesses since 1999.
Yeah.
And welcome back inside the Atwood. Final score, North Rose-Wolcott 62, Lions 59. And North Rose keeps pace with East Rochester, who had an 8-point lead in the third quarter against Clyde. See if they hold on, if we can get another update late here. Welcome to the Dr. Rod Littlejohn Smiles with Style post-game show. And we have with us here senior standout Connor Pendleton, 14 points on the game. Connor, welcome to the post-game show. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Can you hold that right up there?
Get it right up close.
A little closer game than maybe you guys were hoping for.
Yeah, it was really tough all the way through.
And then
tell us real quick about, and make sure you get that microphone up for us. Tell us a little bit quick what do you talk about when you come to Lions? What's the pregame like? You know, what's they're 1-5. What's coach telling you guys?
The big thing coach was telling us was it's Lions at home. You got to be prepared to play in this environment. It's always hostile, and they're definitely looking for a home win. So when we came out, we knew we had to come out strong and see if we could put them away early.
Yeah, and you did come out strong. They came out strong, but 12-point lead at halftime. We thought, geez, which way is this going to go? And then next thing you know, it's tied up with 4.
Yeah, it came right down to the wire. I'm just glad we were able to pull it out.
Yeah, and you were running a motion set towards the end of the game, but are you looking for Tyler a little bit more if the shot clock's down? Is he the guy that's got to have the ball in his hands?
Yeah, Tyler is definitely our go-to player. We know he can get there. He'll get fouled. He can score. So we're always looking to get him, if he can get to the free throw line.
You know, he took it once, in 2 times he scored, and we talked about it. You know, I thought that would be the difference down the stretch. One got kicked to you, you had a wide open look, in and out. I thought it was going down, but it pops out on you, and that happens. But you're ready to shoot at any time. You don't lack confidence.
Nope. I try to just help my team as much as I can in whatever way they need me to.
What do you think, Connor, about playing in this gymnasium? This is actually your last game ever in the Atwood. What's it like coming here?
It's a big environment. I love playing in front of everyone. It's just, especially when we upset them like this, it's just it feels great. 3
straight for you guys against Lions now. You won both last year, and you snuck this one out here today. Talk a little bit about this team. We've been watching you guys for a couple of years now closely. We really enjoyed your run last year, the game against Marcus Whitman and Waterloo. You had a great game in the Blue Cross.
Yep.
What's it like playing with these guys?
We've been playing together since we were 5th and 6th graders, and Coach always talked about, when we're seniors. And then last year we came so close to getting that title, so now it's just that motivation to get there and get the job done this time.
Tell me about a Saturday night where there's no game going on in North Rose. You had a Friday night game, Saturday night. You guys together hanging out? Have you been good friends since you were young, or when basketball's over, do you kind of go your own separate ways and cliques and girlfriends and things like that?
Actually, almost every weekend we have a sleepover as just basically the whole team's together, and we just have
little
fun.
Pajama party, North Rose-Wolcott Cougar pajama party.
No, and that's from watching you guys. This is the first time I saw a half live last year, but I've watched you on Finger Lakes one a couple times. And I talked a little bit about it, but you seemed like a close-knit group. You know, that you can't make the passes and pick each other up, and all of you guys look the same and do that without, I think, having some off-court chemistry, which I think is pretty apparent that you guys do have. So it's good to hear that stuff, because sometimes you have the talent, but not always the chemistry off the court.
We're a very, very close group.
You got each other's backs at all times.
Always.
And yeah, it's good to.
You guys follow the Finger Lakes FL1 Sports Power Rankings each week, and you guys are at number 3. And it's something we talk about a lot, just for fun. Usually the Finger Lakes East is the toughest league of the 3 Wayne Finger Lakes leagues, and they get the nod when you're saying who's best in Wayne and who's best in the East. But what do you guys feel about that? You're ranked 3 now. You might move up because Pelmac, who was number 2, lost, and Minders is 1. You may get a chance to play Minders. You're in the same class.
Yep.
So, how do you hoping for that? Is it something you want to prove that you're the best team in the Wayne Finger Lakes this year?
Oh yeah, we see them all the time, and we're always talking about it in school. All the teachers talk about it, and when we see it, we're just like, well, okay, we want to be number 1, so we got to prove ourselves as number 1 team.
Well, tonight you guys took a big step that way. Connor Pendleton, 14 points. Escaping the Atwood.
Yeah, we don't have the assist, but you made a lot of nice passes across the lane, block to block. You do a lot of role playing things. I mean, you can shoot, you can pass, you can dribble, you rebound. So sure, Tyler's your best player, your go-to guy, but Garrett Hoyt's pretty good. You're pretty good. So you got to accept your role. You do, and you can't have 5 guys out there wanting to be the go-to guy, wanting to be the man, wanting to be the leading scorer. And it seems to me you have 5 guys out there that are just doing anything and everything willing to win. And that's what makes it special. That's what your fans are going to like. That's what your community is going to like. That's a reflection of Coach Hoyt. So you're fun to watch. We wish you a lot of luck this season. And, great game tonight. Big win. Big win. A lot of people are going to look at that and say, oh, geez, North Rose only beat Lions by so-and-so. But, Lions played unbelievable in that second half. And they were just on fire.
Yeah, it was fun. A lot of fun. You got a bus to catch back east, so good luck rest of the way. Good game tonight, and thanks for sitting in with us.
Excellent game. Good luck to you the rest of the way. Enjoy those Saturday night with your friends.
We'll try.
Those are going to be memories of a lifetime.
Thanks, Connor. Appreciate it. Okay. All right, Korzy.
Good for Connor Pendleton, and what the viewers didn't see is Jim Sinicropi walked over like he does after every game and tries to find players and
I asked Tyler Norris because he had the most points, and
he was the go-to guy at the end, and we just wanted to talk to him a little bit about that the last couple of minutes, and he immediately deferred to another teammate. He didn't say who, but he said, "Why don't you grab somebody else?" And that's a junior, and that's leadership.
Yeah, and the reason he did was because he's been on a couple times on the post game with us, and I was another impressive thing about this North Rose-Wolcott
the little
team.
things.
Yeah,
It's
I
the
agree
little
with
things.
it. I agree. So we'll round up the scoring real quick here. For Lions, it was Justice Smith with 10, Adam Van Buskirk with 9 on 3 3-pointers, 2 huge second-half 3-pointers. Nick Kehoe I have for 6, 9, 11 points. Jordan Amell, 20 big points, season high for the big guy.
Played well.
And I got him also for 8 rebounds. Jordan Harris, 2 points, and Ben Rockefeller with 9. For North Rose-Wolcott, Tyler Norris led the way with 21 points. Luke Gerstner with 12. Connor Pendleton, who we just talked to, with 14. Garrett Hoyt with 7 after some early foul trouble. Elijah Durham with 2, and Dustin Reed with 4. So, Korzy, we got everything we could have hoped for tonight here at the Atwood, and we'll be upcoming webcasts on Finger Lakes 1. We take a little break for the holidays now, 12 days off before we head to Minders on the 29th. Actually, this is the upcoming schedule for both teams, Lions and North Rose-Wolcott. Things get a little bit easier for Lions coming up. And then North Rose-Wolcott with a big game against East Rochester on December 23rd. And as for our upcoming live webcast, December 29th, a Tuesday night game, we have Clyde visiting Minders, and then coming up on January 2nd, Sodus at Waterloo, and then we get a look at Naples, who had their 27-game Finger Lakes West winning streak snapped the other night. We'll be visiting the Jack Guinan Arena to face South Seneca. So, Korzy, a pleasure as always. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas to you. Congratulations on another great It's a Wonderful run. Nothing like the holiday season in Seneca Falls, and to you and your family, Merry Christmas.
And yours as well.
So for Kevin Korzeniewski and our producer, Jason Hunt, our cameramen, Spencer Malone and Jeremy Hunt, I'm Jim Sinicropi saying good night and happy holidays.